Hey everyone! It is week 16 in writing the Book of Hope together. Can you believe it? We've been doing this for 16 weeks. That would be 4 months. And I was thinking of ways that we can kind of revive our practice. I know that it's really simple and basic to write down 5 gratitudes every day and to get together once a week and talk about what's giving us reasons to hope. So how could we enliven it? And I was thinking about the simplicity of being a child and the ways that our children understand things that are so profound, but they see them in this really basic way. And if you remember when you were a kid learning about the 5 senses, there's a way that we can access gratitude that's just so very simple if we let our senses be our guide. So I wrote about that over at rootandvinenews.com. And I also want to take you on a little tour of senses with me. And I want to invite you to do this throughout the week as you start to think about what's giving you reasons to hope and things that are so simple and all around us. So before we do that, I do want to share some really exciting news. I've been doing more research on gratitude, and I learned that there's actually studies that show that gratitude is one of the simplest of emotions to access. And if you're wondering, like, why am I not feeling it right now? Maybe it's like a super stressful Monday, or you're like just kind of, freaked out about the week ahead. It's totally okay, because gratitude is not this thing that we have to worry about, feeling very intensely. These studies show that it's actually the frequency that leads to a higher sense of well-being and an overall sense of contentedness. So we don't have to worry about like really feeling it all the time. It's more of a frequency thing. So writing your daily 5 is totally setting yourself up for success. So I wrote more about that at Root and Vine, but because of that, I'm gonna start with some things that are making me really happy right now in the simplest of ways. So I baked some bread today, and my house smells so amazing. And it's super simple to bake this bread. So if you want the recipe, just DM me at Root and Vine News, and I will give you the lowdown. Which leads me to taste, because you know that I'm gonna tear a piece of that bread as soon as I get off this IG Live. So, taste, smell, unlock. Next I have sight. These plants have been giving me life this weekend, so I got to repot them. I don't know if you can see. Let me show you the one that I really love that I think I might actually be killing, but hopefully not. I'm totally new at this, but look at these sweet little flowers. Anyway, I think I kind of buried it in dirt. If anyone has any suggestions, please also DM me at Root and Vine News. So that's my sight for the day. My touch also has to do with the plants. Look at this. I recently bought a house, and the owners left me some serious pay dirt. This is compost that they made over many years. And there's like 2 giant bins of it outside. So I found it this weekend, and I'm going to use it to revive the garden that apparently they had like a serious vegetable garden, like they were feeding the whole block. And so I've been spending some time with my neighbors learning about where I need to lay down all this compost and how we can start a community garden together. If you are interested in things like that, you have to check out gardenandhealth.com, our sister publication, because there's some really beautiful stories on composting. That's how I learned that it was actually okay to stick my hands in that stuff, and you can figure out how to do it yourself, because that's what I'm doing now. I got a compost bin, and so far it's not smelly. Speaking of senses and smell, we have sound. So I don't know if you guys can hear, but the birds in my neighborhood are losing their minds over spring. And it is super fun to listen, because when I moved to the city, I was worried that I was gonna lose connection with nature, that I wouldn't be able to see the wildlife, and that I would just feel a little bit stuck. And I've actually had the most amazing encounters with wildlife already. Like, I was drinking my coffee the other day, and I am not exaggerating, a red-tailed hawk landed 10 feet from me on my fence and looked at me. And I counted, and it lasted for like 45 seconds. It stayed there. Then it flew up into my tree, and I think it's here because I have a lot of rabbits in the backyard, because I have a lot of clover. It's so sweet. It's so fun. Also, I don't know if you can hear it right now, my neighbor has a macaw, a 2-foot tall macaw. And so I'm learning about exotic birds in the city. Who would have thought? So I love the sound of birds. I love the sound of music. I'm an artist. I make a lot of music. I love to sing. We will talk about that another time. I'd love to play some music for you sometime on Reasons to Hope. But I think I went through it, right? I got taste, smell, touch, sight, hearing. See how simple that is? So this week, let's do this together. I would love to go on a tour of the 5 senses of gratitude with you. So if you could take a picture of something that's giving you reasons to hope and the way that you're seeing it through your senses. So you could take 5 snaps, post them on our Pinterest board at Root and Vine News, or just make a post on your socials and tag us at Root and Vine News, #Reasons to Hope. That way we're gonna share with each other all these beautiful things that give us easy, simple access to gratitude on a daily basis. So I can't wait to see what you come up with, hear what you have to say. And on the note of hearing, just remember we have a really beautiful playlist going at Spotify, and every week you guys are sending us awesome suggestions on songs. So if you need something to just get you through the day, head over to Spotify, search for Reasons to Hope, and you will find us there. You'll also find all of this at rootandvinenews.com. So happy to see you all. As always, thank you so much for joining us for week 16 of Reasons to Hope, and we will see you next week.